Florida. I just want to talk a little bit about basics of hand percussion, specifically shaker and cajon as it relates to drum set. Now, some people don't realize that a lot of these things are kind of interrelated, and the skills you need for one kind of apply to the other. And so I have just some basic things. I was working with one of my students today on, because he got a cajon and wanted some help on how to get sounds from it and that. So anyways, basic cajon that you sit on like this, I tend to play mine where I sit on it and then I tilt it back just to get a little more angle the playing surface, so it's not quite as hard. You don't have to bend over as much, as far. Play it kind of like I would play conga drums. You have to get used to hitting your hands and kind of slapping surfaces. Now this cajon doesn't have a great snare sound to it. Other cajons do have better, more of a distinctive snare sound to it. I kind of cup my hands sometimes. And your cajon, depending on if you have it mic'd or not, like in the hole in the back, you get better sound out of it, and more of a bass drum sound out of it. Okay, so a lot of times you're trying to create a texture in a song which consists of more than just cajon. I can kind of do that and use kind of drum set sticking with my hand. Play a lot of ghost notes, or not really loud volume notes, but softer notes in between the main groove, okay, to kind of keep the texture or the feel. Sometimes you want to use shaker to do that. The shaker technique, you want to work on your basic shaker technique, which is just playing eighth notes with your hand going down. Obviously you're holding the shaker this in a direction that allows the beads inside to move freely, and so you want to just practice playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 4 and if you accent every other one like you would on playing your hi-hat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, it gives you a nice accented shaker feel. 16th notes, because what the shaker gives you for free are the E's and the U's of the 16th notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Even though all you're playing is this. 1 and 2 and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So there you get a nice accent pattern. And the more you accent one on every beat, the stronger of an accent pattern you'll get on your shaker. Obviously you're not hitting something or your leg while you're doing it. To play cajon and shaker at the same time, I'm going to start with basic drum beat exercises. You could do this out of any drum book. Take your drum set exercises for rock and just play them with your left hand, playing the bass drum and the snare drum parts. Bass drum, snare drum parts. Bass drum, snare drum. Basic rock beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I had a foot tambourine on this, my hi-hat foot, I would be adding that on 2 and 4 along with the snare drum hits. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8 and a 9 and a 10 and a 11 and a 12 and a 13 and a 14 and a 15 and a 16 and a 17 and a 18 and a 19 and a 20 and a 21 and a 22 and a 23 and a 24 and a 25 and a 26 and a 27 and a 28 and a 29 and a 30 and a 31 and a 32 and a 33 and a 34 and a 35 and a 36 and a 37 and a 38 and a 39 and a 40 and a 41 and a 42 and a 43 and a 44 and a 45 and a 46 and a 47 and a 48 and a 49 and a 50 and a 51 and a 52 and a 53 and a 54 and a 55 and a 56 and a 57 and a 58 and a 59 and a 60 and a 61 and a 62 and a 63 and a 64 and a 65 and a 66 and a 67 and a 68 and a 69 and a 70 and a 71 and a 72 and a 73 and a 74 and a 75 and a 76 and a 77 and a 78 and a 79 and a 80 bass drum and snare drum grooves, and that groove, any of the hits on the cajon are along with a downstroke of the shaker. One E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3. And that's basic body coordination. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 E. Now I'm going to add an eighth note on the bass drum on beat 3, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, all right, so I would work on that. The next step would be to syncopate the bass drum parts like you do with drum grooves. 1 E, 2 E, 3 and 4 E, 1 E, 2 E, 3 and 4. Okay, so I'm going to just play it on the cajon first. 1 and 4 and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 handed 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Now here's what most of the time happens with basic coordination with people. They try to play that along with the shaker. Here's what happens. 1, the syncopated bass drum note on the of 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 messes with your body. Your body has to get used to the independence, just like on drum set. Okay, on that groove you'd be playing 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 3. You'd be playing eighth notes on your hi-hat. 1 E and a 2 E and the falls on an upstroke. Okay, and that's the common coordination difficulty that most people have to get over when they're playing, when they start to play syncopated beats on the bass drum. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 E and a 4 E and 1 and a 2 E and 3 and 4 E. Okay, so now shaker is the same thing. I'm playing my eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, so most students, I'll have them try the first part of the measure. 1 E and a 2 E and get used to playing the bass drum of the cajon on the upstroke of the shaker. 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 4 and 1 and 4. 1, 2. Add another note on the bass drum. Okay, some of this is made easier by using a cajon like this mono cajon. is cool because you can amplify it and you get like an amplified bass note out of your bass drum and a very distinctive snare sound. So if I go to do that with shaker, so the best thing you can do is practice your shaker just like you would with your drum set. Get your shaker pattern to go on automatic pilot. What does that mean? It's flying by itself. And just practice different rhythms with your left hand along with that, making sure that you don't interrupt that 16th note feel of the shaker. Okay. And the key is trying to keep that smooth and steady and not letting the left hand movement affect that. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. Have fun. Have a blast. Playing cajon and shaker and hand percussion is so much fun. I love it. I love it. I love to do that just as